Hi guys, welcome back. It's Chrissy the Crystal Indigo, and I am here with Is This Your Reading? So I asked Divine to work with me with the Oracle and Tarot deck to speak to a specific person or group about their situation. And if this resonates with you, like, share, comment, subscribe. If you have more questions about the reading, let me know in the comment section, or you can find my email information in the description box. If you really resonated with the reading, you can book me for a reading. My services and what I do is also in the description box as well. Again, I want to give a shout out to all of my new subscribers. Much love and light to all of you guys. You guys are so amazing. Thank you for just believing in me, just being with me on my journey as well as I'm with you on yours. Thank you for your energy exchange donations. Thank you for your beautiful kind words and messages. Thank you for interacting, in the comment section and like supporting each other. I just want to say you guys are so amazing, and thank you for helping me be my true authentic self, where I can be accepted, not looked down upon, but looked at as just, a light worker trying to, help as many people as I can. And I have that saying where it's always people helping people. Like, that's how we're going to get through this. So with that, I'm going to dive right into the reading. So with the first question I asked Divine, I said, give me information on the masculine, whether it be a masculine, like divine masculine, or whether it be a soulmate, or whether it be just someone in a relationship with a significant other. So the first row is speaking to that, and the masculine energy had a lot to say. So for the first card that came out was return, and it says return. So I'm picking up that a lot of you are in separation or just going through a little tiffy right now, where maybe the more feminine energy is kind of feeling like they lost their partner, and that isn't the case. Like, your partner was going through some changes, some transformations, and really needed to fall back, really needed to see what it is that they wanted, or there were things that they didn't speak to you about, where I'm feeling that pretty soon you're going to get the answers to the questions that you've been dying to know. But I want you to practice patience on that, okay? The next card that came out, solitude. So this can be interchangeable, but with that male energy, like, that's what a lot of us realized or noticed. It was just like solitude, like the person trying to find peace. And maybe for that feminine or female energy, for their partner, they felt like someone was shutting them out, when that wasn't the case. Like, they just couldn't open up and like really say what it is they were going through. Maybe for some that's on a spiritual journey, maybe they were going through an awakening, maybe they were going through the dark night of the soul, and they really couldn't express or explain how they were feeling. And this is very important, because this is helping in both of your journeys as a collective, okay? The next card that came out, union. So a lot of relationships are being mended right now, whether it's divine feminine, divine masculine, whether it's just a soulmate connection, whether it's just like a breakup, and you're in a relationship with your partner. There's union on the horizon, and it could be union within the soul, union with understanding, union with realizing that for some, and not all, like, we've come to the conclusion that we're better off as friends, but we still have that union, because we're going to be in each other's lives no matter what. Maybe not on that intimate level, but more on the emotional level, as having each other's for support. So union is there, regardless of how you want to look at it in regards to your situation. Again, this is a lot of people who are watching this video, so it can resonate with each of you differently. The next card that came out, muse. So for some, like, you are looked at as a muse, you are looked at as art, you are looked at as creative. So a lot of you guys may have creative gifts, like whether you do music, whether you write poetry, whether you have whether you paint, This divine or male energy looks at you as if you are a work of art, and you could look at that person, you know, the same, like, you know, you've created a masterpiece or you've painted a different picture. And the way I look at the world right now, so there could be a lot of different ways you can look at this card that came out. Okay, you inspire him. Okay, the next card that came out, communication. This is the energy, like, as you know, like last night I was coming home into the morning, coming from work, and I just felt like somebody or a couple of entities were just like around me as I was walking. And then immediately I imagined, you know, Archangel Raphael, Saint Lazarus, and Goddess Oshun just walking behind me as if, you know, they were supporting me. And I feel like, you know, something was trying to communicate to me, something was trying to get my attention. And even when I sat down, when I got home, I was hearing like voices or like music or something like that, but like none of my roommates even had their music on or TVs on, because like it was, you know, 5:30, 6 a.m. so everyone would sleep. So we're getting that communication, whether it be telepathically, or just hearing. You have the gift of clairaudient, and you can hear spirit. You can hear what communication is being downloaded to you. But for a lot of you who are viewing this video right now, watching this video, you're getting a lot of communication from different channels, if that makes sense. The next card that came out, divine timing. So divine timing is definitely ticking, and you know, regardless if you thought that this, you know, connection wasn't meant to be, wasn't supposed to work, you know, you had to step back and let divine handle it the way divine saw fit. Because for some of you that are viewing this video, this is destined. So no matter what goes on, no matter who shuts who out, no matter who goes silent, this is destined. And if one is being stubborn, it doesn't matter, because either you can do it willingly or unwillingly. Like they always say, like, oh, I have free will, I have free will. Not in Spirit's case, when you're destined to do the work, right? So for the woman, feminine energy, the partner, your cards came out very interesting. So that was the male energy for the first row, and as you can see, like the male energy, the male is ready. The male is ready to do the work. The male is, well, the male has started the work and is realizing like a lot of things, and wants to come forward and wants to make amends, wants to speak about the things they were fearful of, want to apologize, because a lot of people, or a lot of you that are in the collective, went through a lot of things with this male. So they're wanting to come and apologize and offer amends, and they're trying to figure out a way to do it. They've gone through or finishing up their part of the dark night of the soul. So like, you know, don't be in the low vibrational energy when this person does come to you to talk to you. Like, you can let someone down and still be in high vibration. You can't force yourself to do something that you don't want to do, or that you don't feel right, that's in your heart. If this is a divine connection, you need to really go within and really talk to Spirit to prepare you for this conversation. For the female energy, the first card that came was unawakened. So this could mean 2 or 3 things. So it could be like the female energy is really unawakened and really don't know what this connection is, okay? Or this could mean that the female energy just shut it off completely. Like, you know, I don't understand what this is. I don't know what we're going through. I'm tired of the back and forth. I just really need to release and just let go, and not really pay attention to what's been going on. Because at the end of the day, if this is a divine connection, you know about the synchronicities, you know about the emotions, you know about the runner-chaser concept, but you've got to that point where you're just like, do I believe it? Is this really real? Like, you're doubting. So you become like, you're trying to be unawakened when, like, you can't go back after you're awakened. Like, once you've got a taste of it, that's it. Like, you can try to be stubborn and just ignore it and just go on to your life, but as you have come to see, it's a struggle, right? And if you understand what I'm communicating about, let me know if that's you and leave me a comment. The next card that came out, you got soulmates. This is your soulmate. You know, for some, you may be with the twin flame. For some, you may be with the soulmate. And for some, you may be deciding to not embark on the journey with the twin flame and rather choose the soulmate, because this is what's safer. This is where you don't have to try so hard. This is where it's not so intense, but you still see the similarities from, you know, the twin flame aspect. Okay, but with your twin, you cannot shut your twin out. You cannot cut your twin off, because your twin is a part of you. And for this, for just, you know, a relationship in general, the person that you're speaking to or thinking of or wondering when you came to this video, is it so? Yes, it is so. This is your soulmate. The next card for the female energy, we got mask. And this is not a mask where, like, you know, devious or anything like that, or being malicious. This is the mask that you're putting on because you don't want your feelings to be hurt. You've gone through so much, you've been through so much with this person, and you rather just put a mask on just to pretend like everything's okay. So as you can see, the energies have totally switched from divine feminine, from like how divine feminine was to how divine feminine is now. And now divine masculine is in divine feminine's energy from back in the day, or from previous. So now divine feminine, or the woman, you know, or the female energy of this reading is wearing the mask. Because it's like, okay, I don't want to get my heart broken. I don't want to put my all out there. So let me put on this mask and pretend like, you know, if this person says they love me, like hard to play, hard to get. If this person, you know, is expressing their emotions as before, if I would have been wanting that. Now it's like I'm responding back with one word responses, or taking days to respond at all. So the female energy here is like, I have to protect myself. It's all about protecting. Like, I need to make sure that my heart is protected, you know, before anything else. My heart comes first. The next card that came out, fear. Just like I said, like, you know, for some, the female energy or divine feminine, you know, can say like, you know what, I can just put behind me everything that I went through with this male energy or divine masculine energy. But, you know, and be okay with it. And then there's others that's like, like I know, you know, what happened before, and I know that feeling that I felt, and that's one feeling that I never want to feel again. Like I'm, you know, unworthy, or not loved, or, you know, taken advantage of, or backstabbed, or crossed, or treated as if I was nothing. So all of these thoughts are coming up to the female energy or divine feminine energy, because, you know, when this divine masculine or male energy comes forward, it's like, where was this a long time ago? Like, why am I just getting this now? Like, when I wanted it, why couldn't it be there? And you have to understand, female energy or divine feminine, is that, you know, if the male energy or divine masculine didn't go through this, then they wouldn't be able to come forward and be strong and come to you the way they are now. So that's why I said you have to make sure that you're not of low vibration, because you really need to hear this person out. Because once they can, you know, start to communicate to you, they're opening up to you, they're letting you know everything, they're being vulnerable, they're opening their heart. And the last thing we need, and I'm saying we because we're all in this together, is for one of our members to be set back. Like I say, you always hear me talk about the term, the 144,000 light workers, how we're here for a mission, how we're here to raise the vibration of the planet. Don't go into this with low vibration, because now, you know, this male energy, divine masculine, is in that state where they want to be open, where they want to start on their journey for their life path, and they just need to know that they're going to be accepted, whether right, wrong, or indifferent. The next card that came out, devotion. You are devoted to, you know, self. It just screamed down in my head, self. You're devoted to self. But don't forget that on this journey, or, you know, with your partner or with your divine masculine, that there is a lesson for this. Like, there is something that needs to be learned, and there is something for you to teach someone else, and the next person to teach someone else. Devotion. Like, you know, talk to your spirit guides, talk to your angels, talk to your goddesses and gods, whomever you communicate with, your ascended masters, because that devotion, that opening up and accepting what, you know, what the universe needs you to do, not want, needs you to do at this time. It's very imperative that we do this for this mission. And you have to, again, be in a high vibration, because that's when you get the answers to the questions that you've been wanting to know for so long. Okay? The next card that came out, Metamorphosis. So the female energy or divine feminine is just going through this huge like change, like metamorphosis. And when you think about like a butterfly, and like how at first you're a caterpillar, then it, you know, changes to like these beautiful, you know, butterflies. And it's like you've been through the dark moment, you've been through, like, for those, excuse me, that this resonates with, the awakening parts of it. Now you're really trying to, you know, show, you know, what the end result is, like what the you know, artwork is from the masterpiece, or what you were trying to create. Like, here's the masterpiece. So you've gone through this little whole transformation, and look what you've come out as, like this beautiful, strong woman standing in your power, because you done the work, you were open, you were honest. I mean, you just was just like really real about how you felt. If you were angry, you were angry. You communicated that. You talked to divine about that. You talked to spirit about that. You didn't shut out your heavenly counsel when things, you know, went left. You really just stayed to the path of being devoted, and, you know, seeking guidance and talking to, you know, your guides or your angels, or, you know, like I say, your heavenly counsel. So this is really amazing. Okay, so today I asked for messages, and I did something different. I asked for messages for both male energy and female energy, or divine masculine energy and divine feminine energy, and I wanted to be a collective. So these were the messages that came out for both of you guys. So the first message that came out, I got spooked. So there was some point where the both of you got spooked in this connection. But yet there was still this intensity, there was still this magnetic pull to each other. So neither one of you could really run away from each other, because you always were brought back to each other. It says, I'm finally feeling the consequences of my actions. Now you've had the time to sit back and say, like, okay, where did I go wrong? What happened with this? And the same thing for the male counterpart, or divine masculine, or the male energy. The same thing. And as I would say, like, in some cases for you guys that are watching, divine had to step in, because if divine did not step in, you would have still allowed yourself to be fed breadcrumbs, just taking whatever that, you know, they offered. And this could be interchangeable. So divine had to step in and say, look, like, this isn't what this connection is about. This is going the wrong way. Let me open up some eyelids real quick. The next message that came out, your beauty still moves me. The both of you still think your counterpart is beautiful. The both of you do. And that's because you see the heart. I'm not talking about the physical. I'm talking about within. The next message that came out, I'm not the same person that you remember. Because both of you guys have gone through some really intense changes and some transformations, and, you know, not unawakening, but some awakening, some, you know, dark night of the soul. Like, you know, you've been flipped upside down. Your world has been flipped upside down for some of you, especially those who are going through the connection. I mean, the connection, and going through their spiritual journey, right? The next card that came out, being apart has been life-changing for me. So regardless if your partner wants to pretend like they were not affected, it wasn't nothing to them, you know, was on social media just acting like they were fine and everything were great. No, because when they went home and they had to, you know, brush their teeth, then look up and look in that mirror, they start to see some other things. And you can lie to however many people you want to lie to, but you cannot lie to yourself. So that's why I say, there's a lot of communication coming in. There's a lot of apologies coming in, making amends, owning up to accountability. That is on the way. And I'm hearing September. So for some of you, it could have happened already, but some others of you are like still stuck in that like ego kind of thing. Okay, so I used a different tarot deck today. I used the Medicine Woman tarot deck. And the reason I used this tarot deck is because my grandmothers were medicine women. And so I wanted to, well, actually it chose my hands, because the minute like I went into the section, my hands were like on fire. And I looked at the deck and I was like, wow. And then I put it back, and then I walked away, and then I went back and I was like, okay, maybe. And then I just grabbed it. So this is the deck that I use, and you let me know if it resonates with you. So for the first card that came out, we got the 10 of Stones. So that's like 10 of Pentacles, right? And we all know what like Pentacles represent. So in the weight deck, like you see the spirit guide and like the two, the man and woman, like almost passing each other. And it's like this connection is like divinely protected, like divinely guided, right? And so, see that? So whatever question you were asking about, like again, like your relationship is divinely protected. Like you have to let go and surrender and allow divine to do what divine needs to do. And again, we're all going through this journey together. I'm going through the same things you guys are going through. And I can attest to it that once you surrender, once you let go, like you start to see things in a different light. And you start to go from that resentment, that low vibration, to like realizing what the work is that needs to be done, and just going, just choosing unconditional love regardless of what happened in the situation, regardless if you'll ever see this person again, regardless if they end up with somebody else. You just start to have this unconditional love, and you start spoiling yourself more. And you don't, like, it's like you keep this person in your heart, but it's about you. Like you still think of them and you hold that space, but it's about nurturing yourself, right? But divine is telling you, like, stop worrying, like everything is working out according to the divine plan. The next card that came out got the 5 of Arrows. So with 5 of Arrows, this could also represent a Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. And it talks about and this deck is different. I know I read it earlier, and I know it said something about like communication. But let me just quickly clarify that, because I don't want to give you guys like the wrong information. So let me just get it for you. I'm trying to like work with like one hand and like hold the cards for you guys. Hold on. So I know I read it was about like communication. Yeah. Let me hold it up for you. Yeah, the 5 of Arrows. Okay, so for the 5 of Arrows, it's more about noticing the needs of others. And so you see how this, you see how like they're sitting there and they're communicating with each other, and they're actually like, talking. So it's like in this situation, like noticing the needs of others, and especially in your situation, like you may see things one way, but then like kind of take a step back and kind of figure out or think from their perspective or their situation. So like noticing the needs of others, like not always being in your head and thinking about yourself, because that's not what Spirit is asking of you right now. Be more empathetic, sorry. Show more compassion. I'm not saying be naive or be gullible or stupid, but I'm saying just like go within, talk to Spirit, and like notice the needs of your partner that's around you. Like notice what they're like spiritually needing, or emotionally needing, or mentally needing. Okay. The next card that came out, 10 of Bowls. Now I know this said communication, so this one was about the communication. 10 of Bowls, that's 10 of Cups. You got 10, 10, and 5. So those numbers may mean something or resonate with you. But with 10 of Cups, let me hold this back some because it's like a little bit blurry. With the 10 of Cups, again, like you're trying to, you want to make sure, like, you're always authentic and you're just being your true, genuine self, like no matter what. Like 10, completion, celebration, like you see them like all around, happy, free. And this is how you want to come into your situation. This is how you want to view like your personal space. Like you just want that love, light, and energy around you. But it also starts with a talk. It also starts with an apology. Like it's not that hard, even though it is to some, to just be like, you know what, I messed up, I'm owning it, and I apologize, and I will never do or treat you that way ever again, and mean it. Right? The overall energy is the grandmothers. And so for some of you, it's asking that you reach out to someone, you know, or a woman, or someone is going to have that earthly wisdom to be able to help guide you through this situation. Whether it's someone's channel you come across, whether it's like your grandmother talking to you, whether it's like a stranger on the street that has a significant, like different age range than you, you need to really reach out to the wise women, to the medicine women. They're saying to really get information on your situation, clarity, how to move forward. Like you see like this shaman is like nurturing this woman, and like, you know, like everything's gonna be okay. Like again, like this can be like you're divinely protected, like how the moon is like shining down on the both of them. Like this is being divinely protected. This, you're divinely being guided. So just open up, stop resisting, and allow yourself to flow with the universe. For the romance angels cards, the first card came out as children. It says your love life is being affected by children. So maybe you never imagine yourself dating somebody who has kids or who have kids, and then all of a sudden that happens to you, and you're kind of like back and forth on like, do you really want to put yourself in this situation? Or you and your partner may be expecting a child, or you guys have children already. But at the end of the day, when you see children in a situation, know that that is love. Know that is purity. Know that can make or break a situation. You understand what I'm saying? Because children, like, they know when they know. So if you're coming into a situation where children are involved, be your true authentic self. Don't try to buy their attention. Don't try to buy their love or whatever. Let them accept you in a genuine way to how they can accept you. The next card that came out is pay attention to the red flags. It says the signs are cautioning you. So maybe you continue to push against divine and continue to step in when divine's asking you to be patient and just wait. So for example, in my situation, I'm like, okay, I surrender. I resist. I'm going with the flow. And then one day I got up and I was like, no, I need to reach out. I need to communicate. And I heard like a loud no in my left ear, and I just started giggling. And I was like, okay. Like that was divine keeping me in check. Like, you know, stay on the path. Like, you're doing amazing right now. You're doing the work. Don't have a setback. Because just because we feel these different energies and like we know our partner is like within us or feeling us, or they show up in our dreams and they communicate with us, or we're getting these synchronicities and signs, that doesn't technically mean that your partner is catching the same thing. Like, they're seeing and probably going through the same motions, but they're in a different headspace. So that is why when you reach out after you've seen all this stuff, and they're still like, what do you want? Like, and you're like, well, why isn't, like, they're on the same vibration I am? Because it's a lesson. Like, everybody's going through their transformation and their awakening or ascension process a lot different, okay, than you are. The next card that came out, trust. So it says, the situation is calling for you to have faith. Just have faith. What have I been speaking about? Trust, have faith, have faith. And again, your cards are your cards. All of these cards all resonated with each other. Okay? So for the next spread, I used the Lightworkers Oracle by Alana Fairchild, and I asked, what do the viewers that are watching this video right now in their that's going through their either relationship, twin flame journey, soulmate journey, in separation, dealing with an ex, like, what is it that you guys need to know on a spiritual level so you can go forward with your lessons and start to get aligned with your life path and purpose. And the first card that came out, you see that? Beautiful, right? The first card that came out is spiritual service. Right. Number 21. 2 and 1 is 3. This is the 3 universal law year. Next year is the 4 universal law. So each year and number like has a theme, right? So let's look at number 21. So number 21, let's do this for you guys. So, spiritual service. There you go with the small words. Self-doubt can be a habit that is hard to break. It can slow down your spiritual progress and the fulfillment of your life purpose. Ultimately, it won't stop you, but it can make your progress seem more challenging. Okay, and then it says, it's easier to fulfill your purpose when you acknowledge your own goodness and talents and do what you love to the best of your ability. Realize that you are enough, that your work is good, and that you have something of value to offer. It is time to let go of fear, of failure, concern about your ability and your right to live a happy and fulfilled life of success. And then it says the universe believes in you. Okay? So like I said, your cards are your cards. The next card came out, grounding, number 15, 156. Grounding. Start walking in nature. Start allowing your feet to just walk through the grass, feel the dirt, just, sit there, breathe, meditate, take it all in, and you'll see a big difference. Okay? So I'm going to read that for you, and that's number 15. Okay, let's get it here. Okay, gotta get my light. So grounding. It says, you long for the free and open world of spirit and light. Yet you also yearn to experience the healing power and divine joy of sacred sound and living color. You are meant to bring joy, beauty, and comfort to this world. To have the spirits, to share the spiritual light. To do so, you need grounding. Your dreams want you just as much as you want them. Grounding helps you bring your dreams to life in your world for the benefit of many. Okay. The last card that came out, Fourth Ray of Harmony, number 6. Fourth Ray of Harmony, number 6. Look at that card. Now I'm going to pause for a second. Can you intuitively think what this card is going to say? Or what this card's definition is? All right. You thought about what it meant. Now I'm going to read it. Fourth Ray of Harmony, number 6. Get this for you. Okay, so it says, I got it. The fourth ray of harmony comes to you now with the qualities of beauty, harmony, and balance. It empowers you to complete a spiritual initiation. Hold on. A spiritual initiation. Any conflicts, or hold on, because I cannot see. Sorry, guys. These words are just so small. She needs to write these a little bigger, or print them bigger or something, because I cannot see to save my life when it comes to this book. Okay. The fourth ray of harmony comes to you now with the qualities of beauty, harmony, and balance. It empowers you to complete a spiritual initiation. Any conflict you experience now serves your divine purpose. It will eventually become the fuel you need to be born anew. Something negative will be transformed into something positive. The Archangel Gabriel helps you to receive the blessing of the fourth ray of harmony now. So with Archangel Gabriel showing up, you may want to pray to Archangel Gabriel and just ask for guidance and support. Because the archangels all have different or specific jobs that like they're really like that's really their thing. So once you start to learn that, you'll be able to understand what angel to call when you need support, what crystal to use if you're into crystals now, like what crystals to use if you need support in that area as well. So I think this reading was really amazing, although like I'm almost depleted from energy because I just know like this is going to be some really amazing life-changing information for a lot of you, especially with the light worker oracle cards. Like you really have to write down what I'm communicating to you, the names, the themes of the card, so that way you can start to understand your journey and your life path or purpose. And in regards to relationship, like love, like this was a really amazing reading because it was really raw and really real, and we need to hear that. Sometimes we need to know, like, you know, there could be a chance that sometimes that if a person screws up, there is no like you get a do-over. You know, like I said, there's some specific cases where the divine's like you know, you can put your free will in the toilet because what's meant, what's destined is going to happen anyway. So you need to figure it out and straighten up. So with that being said, guys, again, all of my information is in the description box. If you would like to book a reading, my services are in there as well. And I just want to give a shout out again to all of you who have subscribed, like my channel, left me comments, just keep us on a high vibration. And I'm talking about all of us, love and light, people helping people. We are on our journeys. We are changing every day. And I am proud of all of you guys, if no one has told you yet, because at the end of the day, I know a lot of you are pushing through, even when there are times when you just really feel like you just want to just let go of everything. So love and light to all of you guys. I'll talk to you soon.